everybody, my name is Kiahonfire and welcome to a Conan Exiles video. Today, food! It's become useful again. They've added buffs back to it and all sorts. So some food before, it had some healing benefits, and if you would have known, there is always a sated buff when you eat food, and that's when you can generate a small amount of health. However, they have now added some more buffs back to food, and previous food that had buffs before have changed a little bit on what they would do or what it does for you. So especially with the godfish, you can see there's a little bit of a difference here, especially when we're looking at the dogfish. It now gives you a 12% follower damage buff and bonus charisma, if you know what I mean, if you know what that is. So yeah, there's been some really good adjustments, and I think you're going to look forward to cooking up a storm again, because you'll be able to cook up some more useful things that are actually going to be good. Changes to the herbal tea and all sorts are going on here that you can look forward to. You can already see the Sumerian Feast is going to give me plus 50 armor. That is pretty nice of a buff, not gonna lie. If you want a plus in health, this is one that does it. You know how you used to have, like, a lot of people used to use purified flesh and stuff because it used to be really good at healing or whatever else? Well, these two things, these foods you can make in Mitra Priest benches and Yog benches, well, they're a bit more useful now. You can see with the Embroiser actually gives you a strength weapon damage bonus. And with this one, it just gives you health and stamina. And of course, it is a hallowed food, so useful stuff here. So if I was to eat the purified flesh, that would give me a stam and health bonus. We're going to have a look at my health and my stam right now. You can see it's 249 and my stamina is 106. And then if I was to use this, you can see it actually gives me a bonus there. So you can see the change when I eat this food. Now, does it stack, would be the question. If I was to eat the Ambrosia now, which is also a plus 40 in health, would I get another plus 40 in health? So we're looking at my health right now, 289. I chow down on it, and no, they do not stack. So don't eat multiple thinking they're going to stack, because they do not stack. However, would it add on my strength weapon damage bonus if I eat the Ambrosia too? Interestingly enough, actually, it might be overriding the Yog meat. Hang on, let me just eat the Yog meat and see if it overrides it. It does! Okay, so it overrides it. Interesting. So actually, no, it cancels out the other buff. So instead of it adding on, it cancels it out. That's so interesting. Okay. So if you try to eat multiple at a time, it's going to cancel the other one out, because now I have Favor of Yog, Favor of Mitra. I wonder if it's not a god food, if it does the same thing. So Sumerian Feast, 50 armor. That's going to be really worth having, isn't it? And then let's have the cooked anglerfish, which is a plus 60 in HP. So I'm going to have a look at my stats right now. You can see we still have the Favor of Yog, 289 HP. Let's eat the fish for the 60. So yep, my health has increased 309 now. Does that override it? It does! Okay, so whatever you eat like that way, that gives you a bonus, it will override it now. So there you go. Very interesting stuff. And now I have more maximum health. So that gives you an idea, I suppose. And we'll eat one of the armor foods just to show you what that does as well. You can see my armor right now is 43. So if I was to eat that, now I have 93 instead, because I have plus 50 armor. So actually, it's really nice that you can have plus 50 armor foods, and you even get like a little buff on the side of your screen where sated is. That's also going to tell you what you're getting. So, interesting stuff here. It even applies with alcohol as well. If you were to drink alcohol now it has effects on you too. So iced tea, stamina regen it will give you. And you can see jungle grog, agility weapon damage bonus on that one. And stamina is plus 21 on jungle rum. And for desert grog, it gives you 15% agility weapon damage bonus there. Now, it's not all foods and all grogs that will give you buffs now. These are the ones I could find that had buffs. So it's not all of them. So don't go ahead and make all of them and think they will do that for you, because they definitely will not. And the Rhino head soup is still the same, but you can see a lot more clearly now. It's going to give you a carrying capacity of plus 45. So all of these do not stack. They do not stack at all. Even the lasting feast gives you a encumbrance bonus now. That's really cool. So yeah, don't stack them thinking they're going to stack. We've tested that. It doesn't work. They're single use, you know, one at a time kind of thing. And the feasts are apparently what they've stated as still being the top of the chain kind of foods. They're the hardest to make, and they want them to be the most, you know, good and buffing. So with the Jebel Sag Feast, it's the only one that gives you underwater breathing. You can see a few of these are going to give you stamina regeneration and some other good stuff here. Although, looking at the actual religious feasts, they do seem a little underwhelming in comparison to the other ones. It's interesting. You see the herbal tea, that's a favourite of a lot of people. Will also give me a buff. That's going to give me a double whammy, apparently, of healing and stamina regeneration. So let me just lower my health again. Now I have a minimum amount of health. I'm on 1. Let's have one of these babies and see what that does to me. So you can see my health. I am regenerating stamina, but it doesn't seem to really be healing me, which is interesting. I haven't got the sated buff either. I'm still on 1 health, so don't be fooled by this. Apparently the healing buff is not working. Why does it say healing when it's not healing me at all? So this is not doing me any good having that herbal tea. There is no healing. The game is lying. But it did give me stamina regeneration buff, so perhaps that's something they've oversighted, need to fix, or need to remove the healing text, because that is a lie. It's not healing me. So there you go. Also, I've noticed on a few of these, they do give you buffs, but they don't state so. So the Feast of Ymir actually gives you a buff in hot temperature and make you hot having it. So that's the thing. Trail Jerky is also another one, gives you armor. Let's see if we can get one that can heal me up a little bit. I don't think there is one that can do that, really. I think if we eat one of the foods, though, it should sate me and it should make things a little bit better. Fingers crossed. Oh dear. So yeah, some really good bonuses here, and even in the concussive one. Let's have the concussive one, actually. See what that does. You can see it warms me up, gives me more concussive damage, plus 15%. And now, because I'm sated, because I've eaten food, I'm going to heal off that sated buff. So there we go, happy days. So yeah, you can see all my little differences here going on. It's duplicating the buffs again for some reason on the side. I think that's just a text bug. But you can see bonus concussive damage is 15% on my damage ticks now. So that means I'm going to be able to knock things out a lot better having this food. And it'll be the same across the board. If you have one that ups your follower damage, it's going to help in your authority tributes, and so on. So foods are a lot more worth making now. They're worth making again and using. And some of these are really, really good. I mean, that savory jerky, that's not too bad to make. Plus 60 health. Hey, there you go. Even the trail jerky is easy clap, plus 50 in armor. So there's some food you can get pretty early on that's going to be an absolute, you know, lifesaver. It's going to be really good to make this. And instead of just trying to get the Rhino suit, which is usually quite hard to get, you could instead opt for making a lasting feast and getting that carrying capacity, which is going to give you the exact same percentage of the Rhino head soup. So yes, some really, really good buffing stuff here again. And you're going to have to be careful on how you select your godfish now, because you're only going to have 1 buff at a time. So if you just want health, cooked anglerfish. If you just want stamina, you know, the moray eel. It doesn't all stack now. It's 1 at a time. But it's a good change all the same, really, because the food system really needed some loving. And it's had a bit of love in here, or a little bit of a tweak and change to fit in how attributes work in the game at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you think about these changes. Would you like them to change more foods? What do you think about that healing buff not working and it stated healing? It's been doing this for years, to be honest, by the way. Saying healing on food and not healing. But hey, hopefully they will fix that. And anyway, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!